Hey, check this out, man. It's your boy Young Dro, and I'm chilling with the BallerAlert show, man. Y'all already know what's going on.
BallerAlert, BallerAlert, BallerAlert. Welcome to the BallerAlert Show podcast, available everywhere you get your podcasts. I go by the name of Ferrari Simmons.
Hey, Young World, it's your bestie, Sue Solo.
Your boy BT, I'm in the building.
Oh, man, we got a special guest today, Polo Down, Young Dro. How's it going, sir?
Till this day.
I'm clean and this big.
Yeah, cool. We can cuss?
Yeah, podcast.
Oh, shit.
What's up, sir? You gonna co-host with us today, okay? I hope you are okay with that.
I'm okay with it.
We're gonna talk about a plethora of things. I know you're a man of good wordplay.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Okay.
He's super excited about cussing. I know that's right.
I'm all the way with that shit.
Damn.
You guys ready?
Let's go.
Just in case
You missed it.
Democratic Senator Warnock
Yes,
wins
Lord.
Georgia, the runoff. Against the guy named Herschel Walker. Democrats will now have a 51-49 Senate.
Can we get some snaps for that?
Can we get some snaps,
Yes.
please?
Hey, listen, you
Thank
know
God.
what? You know why Herschel Walker lost? I'm gonna tell y'all why he lost.
'Cause he's a
when he
good
started
coon?
talking about those vampires and werewolves, you know, I'm a coon,
And not
but I
him.
heard coons are the smartest animals that you ever meet.
Hold on now.
It was the pronoun people.
Race, which is sad.
It was.
Yeah, that is
I
sad.
was scared. I ain't gonna cap. I was really scared because I'm over here like, damn, this shit closer than we think.
Dro, did you vote?
I'm a felon.
So he can't vote.
I
Did you
can't.
encourage others?
Yeah, well, nobody. Well, I don't know people that can really get in there like that I sit around because everybody kind of like caught charges and stuff. So we just be looking.
But Dro, your influence is a lot bigger than the people that are just around you in your group, in your
True,
circle.
true,
Your
but
voice is necessary, so we
when
need you.
I did go out and perform
Okay.
for some stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay.
For Stacy one time, and then yeah, but like my close two people, everybody fucked up.
That's okay. It's okay.
But-
It's the 2 million on social media that we talking about. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
yeah.
All right.
Next time.
Brittney Griner is home.
Thank
Can we get some
God.
snaps for that, please?
Thank
She's
God.
coming home.
Snaps
She's
for that.
come home. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Prisoner
That
exchange.
little weed charge.
Now,
No. There's a lot of people that are kind of upset about it.
Yes, a lot of people
it's
mad.
a prisoner swap with Russian arms dealer Viktor Bout, aka the Merchant of Death, in a one-for-one trade for Griner. Now, Joe Biden tweeted, "She's safe. She's on the plane. She's on the way home." He also looked like he
couldn't
couldn't
wait
fall
to tweet
asleep
that.
on TV.
He couldn't wait to tweet that.
He looked like he always need a nap. I don't know what's going on, our president. I can definitely tell he needs some energy bars and some.
Bro,
all
he's
type of
80
energy.
years old.
I think he's older than that.
No,
I tell you what, they traded Brittney Griner for that wolf and that vampire that
Herschel Walker will talk about.
No, facts.
That was
That is very
a very interesting trade.
he definitely killed.
He's definitely a vampire.
AKA the Merchant of Death.
Yes,
He done
he's a
killed
guns
somebody.
trader.
He done killed somebody.
Now we ain't talking about no little Glock, little goddamn
AK.
man, little.
What's that man name again? He sound like he done killed somebody.
I will watch his series on Netflix.
Facts. I will too.
Victor Bout.
Thor.
Okay, so a lot of people feel like it wasn't a fair trade. They're like, okay.
I mean, it definitely wasn't a fair
Brittney-
trade. It was an L for the U.S., but it was a W for, you know.
A black person for a vampire?
What do you think was the
Good
tipping
trade.
point, though? Like, what finally made them be like, all right, we're going to give y'all the Merchant of Death in exchange for
Because
Brittney?
This was
Too hot out here in these streets.
Yeah, this was a media disaster / nightmare. This was coverage everywhere, and then keep in mind, she's a WNBA player that needed to play. A lot of WNBA players play in America and overseas because they don't make enough money in America on the WNBA. So my question is, who gonna go play for Russia? Nah.
Child, I
What T
almost
Sweat
feel
say?
like
Nobody.
Nobody.
Media, black people were applying pressure.
Facts.
I almost feel like if she was not sent over to like the prison camp and she was just in like regular Russian jail or prison, I almost feel like she would still be there. I
agree.
When they started talking about all the homophobic things against her, all the racist things against her, that's when I think the U.S. was like, oh, we can't stand for this. Anytime, my opinion, anytime you throw in, the LGBTQ community, things seem to be taken a little more seriously. Now, we already know that racism exists all over the world, but I think when it got to that point, they was like, all right, hold on, we're going to have to get the sis out, because that's just not a fair trade. That man is back over there selling AKs right now.
Man, he probably shooting people, all
Right
type
now.
of stuff over there.
And you guys
Be at
know
the Booty
that
Club.
Nike dropped Kyrie Irving. He covers the Nike shoe logo with "I am free," covering the swoosh logo and etching "I am free. Thank you, God, I am." on a patch of tape after his breakup with the sneaker giant. Anybody got any thoughts and concerns about Kyrie
That
Irving?
probably pissed
Why he doing the I am free? Bro, you was making $11 million. What are you free from?
A year with Nike.
What are you free from?
I mean, what are you free from?
Just because
wanna
you
be
get
heard,
paid millions of... Go ahead, Dro. What you about to
he
say?
want to be heard. No, I guess they be censoring him. You know, now he can say what he want to say. Be black as he want to be.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
It's not always
free.
about the check now. Sometimes you get
It
tired
is.
of being.
That's
get
why
tired
Nike
of
got
being
that
told.
swoosh.
You get tired of being told to shut up and dribble. At some point, you want to be a human with a voice, no matter what you do. That man is tired of hearing "shut up and dribble."
Well, I think it's after the fact when you make the money. When you make the money, then you want to be free. Everybody wants to be free after they done made all the money. Now, why Kanye wasn't saying all this stuff 10 years ago? He ain't had that money yet. He got the money now.
I think Kanye always been saying the same thing. It's just in increments. And if we put it all together about what he's been saying, it'll all come together. You know, he just got little spats.
I just think he does a bad
He got the little spats.
The setup is kind of messed up, but
he articulates himself incorrectly.
It all comes together. It's all coming together, Lois.
Speaking of love, money, it's time for Love versus Money.
It's Love versus Money on the Baller Alert Show.
Come on, Octavia, what's up?
Right, today we got Brittney V and Rick Ross.
Wait, they together?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I know.
She just confirmed it.
Wait a minute. I missed that
Pretty
one.
V and Rick Ross.
Yep.
Rumor has it that you're dating a boss. Some say the biggest boss that you've seen thus far. Rick Ross, is that really what kind of attracted you to him to say, no, that's the guy for me?
Yeah, it's the boss. I think
Yes.
it's the boss in him. I just think he's like, I like guys who lead. So when you a leader, you could step to me, you know?
That's real.
But again, when it comes down to Ross, like Ross is the type of person who you look at and you just admire, you're inspired by. Like, I want to do what you're doing, so teach me. So in the back end, I'm actually a student to the game as well. So I mean, yeah, if you want to say that, that's just what it is.
It's official.
Well, Ross is in it for the love, I'm assuming, and Pretty V will be in it for
Say
the
it.
business.
Pretty V in it for the
I think she's a BallerAlert girl, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like I had been seeing her
I've
post
seen
BallerAlert
Ross
quite a few
literally
times.
has been putting her in
Y'all
position.
serious? Because Ross is a romantic, and I think
This is the first time I'm
he has a
hearing it.
way with women. It's pretty cool.
I think Ross really
Dapper
likes
guy.
her.
He does? This is cool. I like it. I think his style,
It's romance.
kind of just is
Like he
just-
loves love.
It looks like he can. Oh baby, I just want to love on you, Pretty V. Get on dice pineapples. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come to the mansion, baby.
My boy got it all together now.
I think Pretty V is smart enough, and I'm gonna kick it to y'all to get y'all. I think she's smart enough to know that this could potentially be love, but right now this is a good business ship.
Business ship.
Business ship. I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna agree with you, Ferrari.
Business ship.
I'm gonna agree with you, Ferrari.
I don't agree. I think that they are genuinely interested in each other because,
So you think both of them are there for the love?
yeah,
Okay.
for the interest.
You didn't hear that?
They just got together.
You didn't hear that?
Hear what?
I heard bullshit.
That's where you was going. But let me just say this, okay?
I really thought
Pretty V got
I
a-
really thought Pretty V went with Parlay though.
No, they not a thing. We had to confirm
yeah,
that too.
we
They
confirmed
do
They
that.
not
so
a
well
thing.
together.
No, we
Yeah,
actually
they
interviewed
looked
Desi
good.
a few
Yeah,
weeks
Desi
ago,
Banks, yeah.
and he confirmed it wasn't a thing. Okay, so I think they are genuinely interested in each other. I think there are tons of people that Pretty V could get with if it was just a business situation. Like, I don't think it would have to be Rick Ross. Like, I think they into each other.
Bullshit.
I'm just saying, like, that's how I
Cold
feel.
going around.
Hey, what we
That's
say
what I
ATM? Tell you.
I picture Rick Ross with like a
Say what it is.
like an
Rick
Amazon,
Ross is
like
big.
an Amazon woman. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Larger,
you know what I'm saying?
but
like a,
nicely
Like a stallion.
shaped woman.
Yeah, like a Budweiser horse type woman. Like
Not a
really
Budweiser
thick.
horse.
That boy said
Lord
Budweiser.
Jesus.
Like a Clydesdale woman, you know?
See, that's
You know what I mean?
see,
I just
y'all
think
just not saying it. Y'all think
he
he's
gonna
too
have Pretty
big
V
for
in the room.
Pretty V.
Like, what you doing?
Okay, I really think that they both like each other. However, I think that
You
Pretty
already
V
said
is
what you said.
attracted to him for
You
what
said
he
what you
puts her
said.
onto. Man, I don't know, man. You know what? I don't know.
I think they're attracted to each other, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
I didn't say that. I just said that he can do a lot with her in the bedroom. Slap it up, flip it, rub it down.
Pretty V, you gotta come on the show. We did it during the pandemic. We're gonna ask her. We're gonna freaking ask her.
Let's ask her.
All right, cool. Let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be back with more of the Baller Alert Show podcast, available everywhere you get your podcast.
Baller Alert!
Welcome back to the Baller Alert Show podcast, available everywhere you get your podcast. Our guest host is in the building, Young Dro. How's it going, sir?
Pretty good. How you doing?
I appreciate you pulling up on us, man.
Man, I was right down the street, man.
And you was on time.
Yeah, man. I was on Full Industrial. I had to slip on through.
How is Dro these days?
I'm pretty good, man. Sober life is pretty cool.
Sober life is pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I like that you opened it up with that because you know we was gonna get there.
Oh, let's get in there.
That's Ferrari definitely said that you was gonna be on time because you. I
said Dro is sober now. He's gonna be on time.
I was like, man, I'm about to get some food. You know, rappers be late.
I said nope. That's why he was eating outside. He actually.
I was like, oh shit, he really is on time.
Yeah.
All right, what are you sober from? We know what weed.
When Molly was out, X pills, Xanax, weed, liquor, cigarettes. What am I leaving out? Adderall, Percocets.
And you would do these things all together sometimes too, right?
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a combination, you know what I mean? Whatever day I was feeling like, you know, what suited the day or the moment, you know what I mean? I would actually indulge. And that was just so I would not all of them, like these, I kind of like was trading vices. Like, you know, when Molly was out, that was a vice for me. Then like I'll take Xanax to sleep. You know what I mean? Then when they started playing around with the Molly too much and it started like changing colors, they had tan, you know, they had tan, then they had pink, then they had blue. I was like, yeah, she looked like Fruity Pebbles, I'm good. So then we switched to, you know, perks, you know what I mean? Then we switched to Adderall. You feel what I'm saying? But, and so when Molly was done, because niggas really started doing ice and shit, you feel me? I was like, I don't really fuck with meth and shit like that. So, you know what I mean? So it was almost like I was rolling with the times on what was new and popular with drugs, you know what I mean? And we used to put Molly in lean, you know what I mean? And sprinkle it in the lean cup and like into different cocktails of it.
How did it affect your performance, your personal life?
It did my performance pretty good. It sounds crazy, but like you put the mic in my hand, you wouldn't know I was on anything. But after the show, I wouldn't want to, like, I wouldn't do interviews, or I wouldn't make it to interviews, or I'll be late, or like, and my social life was kind of, if I'm high, you could probably be like, damn, that nigga drove tripping last night. You feel what I'm saying? As opposed to me being cool and calm, I probably would, in the beginning of it, when I'm waiting for it to kick in, but by the time it kick in, I'm all over the place. So it was kind of like in and out, but majority of the important things I would miss.
Do you feel like your career would be a lot further if you were sober then? Like maybe you were in a room full of people that you should have been talking to, should have been building a relationship with.
Yeah.
And that was your one time in the room, but you were so high that you couldn't make that connection.
Plenty of times. Yeah. Like I said, it's just what counted. When it counted, I would be the most high. But and then like it wasn't that I would do it on purpose. It was my habit just showing up. You know what I mean? I would want to get high so bad this day, you know, or I'll already be high, or I'll be had like a week long high time, and by the time the Monday get there, I need that to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I can't. I'm not available. You know what I mean? So it showed up in different ways, and I think that's what I really like go around and talk about. Like it's always the drug. You think you got control over it until it shows up, and it's just, and that one day don't seem that bad until the year goes by and it's 30 of those days.
Question: this sounds very expensive as well.
It is,
because because you're making money, you're Young Dro, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And how much like was your income dedicated to purchasing?
A month I would spend on drugs with, I would say like between $5,000 and $10,000.
Damn.
God damn.
Wait, what?
That's somebody's mortgage.
Between $5,000 and $10,000.
That is a
but
mortgage,
it's
yeah.
I'm not actually in taking it. This is what,
of course,
this is what it takes to, all the girls, all the guys, because it's free around me. Just dig in the bag, and I think I'm looking for people to love on me. I'm looking for validation. I'm looking for girls to be okay. You know what I mean? I don't want anybody to leave at this point. Like, you know what I mean? I want you to come into my world. So I'm kind of like buying you. You know what I mean? I'm selling this image, and I'm rapping about it in my lyrics, and people seeing me, boy, you high right now? I'm like, yeah. You know what I mean? What you got, boy? I got perks on me. I got this on me. I got that on me. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like I was lonely trying to, see what everybody was doing that day. And I want everybody to come on my house, and, when you get there, shit, perks on the table, weed on the table, alcohol right there. You know what I mean? This over here and that over there. You know what I mean? So,
drug culture is a part of music anyway.
Big part.
Since the beginning of music, what made you decide to stop?
I guess the repeat. It was always something in me. I used to sit around because I used to be really, really on drugs really bad in the beginning. And we used to be out in the street, and I used to tell people, I used to always grab the notebook and just be writing. And you can come I used to sit in Hightower Ridge off Martin Luther King. They call it the 9 over there where Savage Them used to be. So I used to sit out there and write before The Best Thing Smoking came out. And you can just walk in the room and you'll just see me in there writing. And I was on drugs really, really bad. And I always told them, I was like, well, I ain't gonna be doing this shit for too long. They were like, this nigga crazy. I was like, well, you know what I'm saying? I got some stuff. I'm really just trying to get this music stuff done. And you know what I'm saying? I know we in here getting high and you know what I'm saying, but I ain't gonna be here for this. And so it was always in me to, one day, but it just was a grip on me so tight. When I felt like I had control, it was like, well, the drug was like, well, no, this is actually serious than what you think. You feel me? You cannot quit at when you say, you know what I'm saying? Okay, you can stop for a week or two, but you'll be back. You know what I mean? And I used to be like, And I prayed a lot, you know what I'm saying? I knew it was fucked up, but it was just the way it had my stomach feeling. I could pull up at a spot and my stomach would get weak because I was like, this shit calling me like that, and I used to be like, this shit ain't even got no eyes, no mouth. It don't have a soul.
Withdrawal.
You feel me? This shit is in a plastic bag, or you know what I'm saying? And it's calling me like that. So my body had done got used to it, and then I think me praying and being close, like starting out in the church, you know what I mean? What my mama always said, and what people would say, little spats of, man, you can be so and so, then you can do this and you can do that, and then what made me really stop when my child came in the house, how something, you know what I mean? I was like, damn, my little girl, first it was weed, you feel me? But, she grew up, my baby mama really didn't let me see her like that. I got 3 kids and 3 different baby mamas. So, you know what I mean? The downside of that is we're not in the same home, you know what I mean? And I'm still running around being a whore, you know what I mean? So I don't have that one-on-one daddy-daughter thing, which I'm there monetary-wise, but actually being a father and actually seeing this, you know what I mean? I kind of dropped the ball on that with my, choice of how I approach women and the relationships that I wanted, you know what I mean? So, and when I say that, I take my piece of the blame, you know what I mean, for what, my actions. And there was a lot of things that my baby mama did to where, you can't see her, or, you know what I mean, this and that. But for the most part, we split it in half. So by the time my little girl showed up and I had witnessed this, she was on weed, I was like, oh, I told her about it. I was like, well, our family really fucked up on this stuff. Like, it can get out of hand. You know what I mean? So she really didn't listen. So she went on out into the world, and man, when she came back, And I went out and saw her. I was like, damn. So she picked up the phone. She was like, Dad, I don't look the same, so don't cry when you walk up on me. I'm like, God damn it, I go see her. Man, I just fell to my knees. And I was like, baby, just get in the car. We're gonna go see about this shit. You know what I'm saying? And like,
so that moment is the moment when you said you yourself.
Yeah, I was booking it on the way in the car. I was filling out the stuff. You feel me? I was like, we're gonna go together. You know what I'm saying? And this how it gonna go. She was like, yeah. So she was really out of her mind. I'm talking about literally no shoes on, hands dirty, feet dirty. You feel me? Apartment, old men, beer cans, baggies, all that shit it was like a scene out of a movie. And I was like, Lord, I know you ain't just feed me this. And I had to eat it. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, yeah, this is it for me. I had tried a little bit in the past. Tip was like, bro, we gotta, cause we started out together. You know what I mean? And Tip, y'all used to be like, bro, you need to go get some help. And I was like, I ain't going without you. You feel me? Cause we started, in that kind of game. But Tip actually, he kind of like went big dog and just was like, but this how you do it. Like, and I'm gonna have to cut you off if you don't get yourself together in your head because we so close. You feel me? I can't get straight if you not. You know what I mean? So if we ain't on the same page, we gonna have, we ain't gonna leave each other. But if I can't convince you to help yourself, I have to go ahead and help myself, and maybe I can come back for you. But so that was how it went with me and him. So I was there one time, and then I was sitting there, and we was getting all this money, and I heard these people talking about they was eating out the garbage can, and I was like, well, I ain't that kind of junkie. You know what I mean? I'm a celebrity. We having cars, and we riding foreigns, all this jewelry, all these women like me, and it was steady creeping. It was just walking me down, and it walked me all the way down to $0. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, it walked me all the way down to $0, and I think God was like, now what? You know what I mean? And I was like, I'll stop for a second, get myself back, and then I think I went to Breakfast Club, and I got back, and it was called, and I was doing the Dro revamp thing. You know what I'm saying? I started doing, a little bit better. You know what I mean? And I guess God was just still blessing me with hits and stuff. You know what I mean?
You was coming.
Yeah, and, you know what I'm saying? And I would go down and come back up and go down and come back up. You know what I mean? But my little girl, and then I was like, okay, I got to stop everything, because I still was doing weed and drinking. Champagne, and sometimes I would stop weed, you know what I mean? And sometimes, and I was just in interviews just lying like a motherfucker. They were like, you clean? I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I thought my clean was, it was normal to smoke weed.
Right.
It was normal to have a drink or two, you know what I mean? It was normal. So when they asked me, was I clean? I was like, yeah. And for the most part, at that time, that's what I considered clean.
Right.
You feel me? But the realization of what I was trying to, I was trying to figure out myself, what is clean to me? You feel me? And I was like, that was what was clean to me. And then when I saw my daughter on that and where she was headed, I said, no, clean is everything. You know what I mean? I remember talking to Gucci, and he was telling me, man, you need to get all the way across the board clean. And I just couldn't understand, letting it go, all of it. I was like boring after that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna be the same person. And I was scared to be like normal.
Better.
I was scared to be better, you know what I mean? And I really feared that. Like, I really was like, my music ain't gonna be the same. I ain't gonna stand in the club with like, this bitch ain't gonna like me. This nigga ain't gonna be fucking. Like, I'm gonna lose all these people. And like, none of that shit really mattered. When I saw my daughter like that, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and be all the way clean.
So now she's sober and you're sober? She's still?
Yeah, she's still out there. She never went. I just had to go ahead of her and pray to God. Like, that's why when we did the interview, I was just asking for prayer, like, because I don't know. People talk about me so bad on social media.
Yeah.
What Dro at, and why he ain't, and she always mentioned my name, like, my dad is this person. They be like, why the fuck? You feel me? And now if I could make that choice for her, I would most definitely snap my finger and she's off of it. You know what I mean? I can't control her going out doing drugs.
So she has to want to.
She has to want
get the help for them to help her.
I mean, I think you definitely said a couple of super valuable things in that. I think a lot of people assumed that the relationship between you and T.I. fell off on a negative note. What you're saying is, no, T.I. loved me enough and loves himself enough to say, hey, I'm here for you. I'm never leaving you. But if you don't make a decision to be a better person, I have to move on. And you had to fast forward, show that same type of love to your own child.
Yes.
When did you go to rehab?
I'm working like 17 months ago. Yeah. Very fresh. I was out at Metro Boomin's release party the other day.
Friday.
And people was just telling me, oh man, you're a legend. Don't let nobody tell you different. And 3 people said the same exact thing. I was like, is God talking to me here?
No, it's right.
But I felt so out of place. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm used to it. And I was denying blunts and people handing them. I'm like, nah, you feel me?
Is it hard to be in those environments?
It's some adjusting.
Sure,
You're arguably one of the dopest lyricists ever, bruh.
Yeah.
Your wordplay with the goddamn colors and goddamn shit.
You definitely have a support system behind you. I mean,
Thank you.
You know, when Ferrari and I interviewed you on our radio show and we asked for people to call in, there were people calling in well after the show. Like there were callers that we could not play on air because we were already off air. But people were constantly calling because they want you to know that you are loved. Even though hip hop may look different right now, even though some of the younger kids coming up may not show a lot of respect to the OGs, like you got millions of people that support you, not even just because of your music, but because of who you are. I think it's very easy to see that you are a person full of good energy. You got good light. What I want to ask now though is like, what is your intention with talking about sobriety right now? Like, what do you want to get out of talking to millions of people about your sobriety?
I mean, like hope for the most part. Like I want to actually give out hope, and I want to just give my story to like be of service. You know what I mean? Because I didn't believe I was gonna change, to be serious. I thought I was gonna always do something. I was like, because when I got to rehab, she was like, so what are you not gonna stop doing? I was like, well, I'm gonna smoke weed and drink. And when I got in there, I was like, yeah, I'm just chill on everything. You know what I mean? So, and it's been cool. So I just want to be able to help a lot of young black men that think that doing drugs and fitting in is cool. You know what I mean? It's not cool. Like, and then I'm glad to walk away with my health still, you know, like, because it's a lot of us, you know, when we do these things, we just thinking we just doing it. We don't feel it then. You know what I mean? But when we get older, you know, those organs start kicking out, and that drinking every night and smoking all the time. And you know what I mean? Like if you can make it out with your health, you know what I mean? Don't push it until, you feel me?
Right.
Until the doctor say, well, you're going to have to do this. You know what I mean? So I want to just get the story out.
As a part of your sobriety, are you going back to some of the people that you hurt in the past and
Yes.
things right?
Yeah, I'm like, I always, like if I see you, I'm most definitely gonna make it right. Or if I'm asked a question, I'm definitely holding accountability for my actions. That goes for past relationships. You know what I mean? Like, you know, somebody asked me a question about when me and Fantasia dated, and I had to address that and tell them that, you know, I was drugged up and high and I wasn't ready for a strong woman like that in my life. And like, you know, and I know the
That's
public
dope of you
probably,
to admit that.
Yeah, the public probably.
Heard about that. Have you seen her since? Or?
Oh no, I haven't saw her. No, beautiful person. You know what I mean? Just I wasn't man enough to be in a position like with a strong woman like that. You know what I mean? And I can take accountability for that.
That's
like
dope.
the my tip relationship. You know what I mean? A lot of things that he's always, well, Dro, I'm finna call Dro. And I used to just be somewhere in a spot, just high as I can be, you know what I mean? And I know he probably wanted me to show up to some of these places, and you know what I'm saying?
Rub them
And I'm like, he was like,
elbows.
what Dro? And he was like, man, Dro in Adamville, you know what I'm saying? Dro over there in the 9, or Dro in Four Seasons somewhere, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know why I used to run, I used to like search, I was searching for something. I don't know what it was, because right now looking at it from right here, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, what the hell was I looking for? And I think I was just trying to,
Or you was running from something.
I was running for something. You know what I mean? Like I used to be in the room with big wigs, you know, and I'll do what I gotta do, rap real good and get out of there. You know, I'll do songs with Jeezy. I'll do songs with Pharrell. You know what I mean? But then once it's over, I was like, okay, I got that done. Now I'm about to go to the hood, and I don't know what kept drawing me to that. And I think that it was.
It's almost like you had imposter syndrome. Like you just felt like maybe you were more comfortable in the hood because that was your environment. That's where you came from. But then you were around super successful people, and you probably, as much as you knew you were talented enough to be in that room, you may not have felt like confident, like I belong in this room. So let me go back to what I know.
That was perfectly put.
So when the last time you talked to Tip?
I was on the phone. I was on a FaceTime call with Throwed Off One. And when I FaceTimed him, I was just telling him about a show, and then he just turned the phone. And then me and Tip got on the phone together. And he was like, hey, I seen you on a podcast, and you was talking. He was like, man, that's some good shit. You feel what I'm saying? And we just went to reminiscing and talking and whatever. And then we just got off the phone. But for the most part, we haven't sat down and had the brother conversation. And I really want to do that without, anybody around. You know what I mean?
No cameras.
But yeah, because we really got like over 20 years, working knowing each other.
It's a long time.
He's always been a big brother, like, you know what I mean? I'm older, but he always been like a big brother, you know what I mean, to me, and gave me guidance and talked to me, gave me like a lot of respect, you know what I mean? And actually, turned me on to my first $1 million, you know what I'm saying? And I'm always in debt to him, you know what I mean? So it's once we do collab and sit back down, I know we can get through this like any brother situation. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
Any family situation, we can work it out.
Okay, so what new music you got coming up?
I just dropped Wednesday. It's a song called Run Out of Time. It's a trilogy. It's 3 of 3. Run Out of Time is like us as young black men, we don't do things until it's too late. Perfect example, the Migos situation, whatever they was going through. Now Shawty dead, you know what I'm saying? I bet they wish that they worked that out before that happened. And we should take the initiative to do these things like men, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's get this out the way, bro, because we done came up in the same industry together. Let's work this out, and and then that goes for like parents, if you into it with your parents or sibling, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, agree.
Just mend these things, man, before you run out of time. You know what I mean? Put these guns down, and you know what I mean? So I put the video out. I actually rapped about all of the rappers that we had that was close to me that I knew that we had lost. I just crammed them into the second verse. You know what I mean? And it was very a passionate song for me. You know what I mean? That me and Zaytoven put together. It came out.
Shout out to Zaytoven.
Yeah. Shout out to Zaytoven. And Dietrich Haddon is singing on it, the gospel singer. He's a great singer, man. And like after I rapped on it and he sung on it and he sent it back, that shit made me cry. So I'm like, shit, that's some deep shit.
That's deep.
Yeah. So
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, facts.
Share with people who are going through it right now, because drug culture is still very real in the music industry, and I feel like that will continue to heal you and
yes.
you where you're trying to go.
All right, cool. Let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be back with Baller Mail right here on the BallerAlert Show podcast.
Message.
Hey, BallerAlert crew. My mom is pregnant. Sounds like a congratulations, but here's one problem.
Uh-oh.
She's pregnant from my high school football coach. I'm already mad because my friends are picking on me that they date. What's y'all opinion on how I should cope with this? Help me out.
Mama gotta have a light too.
2022 now. Could still be a female.
Hit the coach daughter. He and your mama hit his daughter.
I'm pretty sure he plays on the team.
Mm-hmm.
You done.
His mama done picked him up from the game. Coach was like,
oh man.
Slid up in her DM, slid up in that raw. Now she
parent teacher
pregnant.
Conference.
Go on in there and dress out now if I tell your mama.
Your stepdaddy is your football coach now?
All right, come on now. This is a high schooler. This is real traumatic. Come on.
Suck it up, man. You better learn. Man, you better learn how to roast.
Come on, boy. Ain't no roast gonna beat Boy, that why the head coach smacking your mama down, boy.
Man. Yeah, what you think he should?
I don't know what the hell you gonna do. You need to go speak to a therapist, cause this shit finna get worse. Your mama is pregnant, and your brother or sister is gonna be the coach. Gonna be calling your coach daddy.
I mean,
That's fucked up.
Man, listen, you gotta withstand the storm. First of all, it's not gonna last forever. You're not gonna be in high school forever. When you get out of high school,
facts.
that shit not
I
gonna
hope you
even
ain't no
matter
freshman,
no more.
big fella.
You know
I
what I'm
hope you
saying?
ain't no freshman.
And the good
4
thing
years.
is, I'm pretty sure that your dad's brand
Do
new
not
baby
go
daddy.
to the high school reunion. I bet you they gonna bring that up.
I didn't go to my high school reunion. I don't want to
Me
see
either.
them.
Focus on this teenager that need help.
Okay, so listen, you gotta withstand.
This teenager need help.
You gotta withstand the storm. It's not gonna last forever. First of all,
That's
when you get out of
terrible
high
advice.
school, you're not
Terrible
gonna
advice.
see any of those people anymore. You're not gonna give a damn about them.
Not
And I'm
gonna
pretty
work.
sure your daddy probably got a good retirement fund. He got something set up for your mama. So that's good, man. You need some stability in your life. What your mama do. So I wouldn't worry about it, man.
Hit it daughter, shout. I'm telling you.
Hey,
Tell you now, hit it daughter.
put it
man.
on the screen. Tay, give me some shout outs before we have Dro sign off.
Happy holidays, man. I know some people are having, a hard time during this holiday season. We want to give you some extra love. And if you could be there for somebody, man. Follow me on Instagram @_SueSolo and on Fanbase, SueSolo.
BT, shout
Yeah,
out.
man. Major shout out to Fanbase for having us in the office. Shout out to everybody that went out there and voted, because I don't know if y'all was vampires or y'all was werewolves, but
the good coons.
Other good. Because first of all, coons
That
are
girl
not
said
smart.
good coons.
Coons are not smart. Okay, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, shout out to everybody that went out and voted, man. And shout out to Young Dro for pulling up on us.
Yes, sir. I do have a 12 Days of Christmas with Young Dro. I'm taking trees to houses. I have like my 12 days set up. I'm doing 2 trees a day. I'm doing one when I leave here. But we're going in there. We bringing trees. We bringing presents, and I'm decorating the tree myself.
That's dope.
You gonna put the
That
lights
is
on, and you gonna get the tree with the lights already on
I'm
it.
actually gonna do the hard work. Y'all cheated with that, bro.
Tell Isaac he needs some help
That's
over
Isaac
here.
Hayes' the third tree. But my tree at the house got lights already on it too.
Your tree or trees?
Yeah, we got 4 trees.
Because you got rich people
Y'all got 4 trees?
This man,
Bro, I don't want to talk about it. It makes me maybe seem like a Scrooge, and then my wife listens to
don't
the
make you
podcast.
seem like a
Me and OG Big Red, man, we got this summer safe program too. Like we do, like we out there, man. We walk
I think I
the
need
street.
to team up with you on that one.
Yeah,
we
you in the community heavy, man. I like that.
Yeah, we in Mechanicsville today. You know what I'm saying? We on the way.
Yeah, and I need you to look at that camera
I'm looking at that.
and give that person some type of motivation, man, that has looked up to Young Dro, and then give him some motivation.
My name is Young Dro, if you didn't know. And if you are going through something in life, man, that seems a bit challenging, I think you should take the time to go on walks, no phone. Go on walks and communicate with yourself first, you feel me? And then communicate with God. Put him first. And I pretty much believe that everything else can be taken care of. You feel what I'm saying? If it seems really, really hard, grab the hold of your family, man, because family means more than anything on earth. You feel me? If you don't have family, you don't have any foundation. And yeah, that's the pep talk from Young Dro.